Hi everybody, my name is Yuri from the Magic Sauce, where we design, lead and facilitate creative projects. We often get asked to help clients innovate. Now, innovation is a bit of a dirty word nowadays, as it means so many things to so many people. So let's give you a simple tool you can use to find out what innovation is and also where you can put your innovation efforts. It's a hot day. By the way, this tool is not ours, it's an existing one, but we like to use it in the conversation with our clients so we know where we should focus our attention. And as always, if you enjoy our videos, hit that subscribe button below. It means the world to us. Let's share with you two different matrices. The first one is the Ansoff Matrix and the second one is the Innovation Ambition Matrix. In 1957, Russian-American mathematician and father of modern strategic thinking, Igor Ansoff, came up with a matrix to help clients map out where they need to focus their attention to grow their business. On one side of the axle, you have your offer, your stuff. On the other side of the spectrum, you have market, or where you sell that stuff. So on this side is the offering from same to new, or on this side is market from same to new. Let's take our YouTube channel. We make videos about creativity and innovation for people with a creative and innovative agenda. That's the same stuff to the same market. Now let's say that I start making new stuff and I start writing books. So for the same audience, not just YouTube videos, but I make books or online courses or an app that helps you. That then is new stuff to you guys, to the same market. And over here is the same offering to new markets or the same stuff to new people. So imagine that we took these videos on creativity and innovation and we did them for kids. That would be same things, but for a new market. And over here we have new offer to new market or new stuff to new people. Imagine that we developed an algorithm that could spit out any possible solution to a challenge you may have. Never need to brainstorm again. Fast forward a couple of years and the Harvard Business School came up with the Innovation Ambition Matrix based on the Ansoff Matrix, and it looked a bit like this. That matrix still held on to some of the basic principles that the Ansoff Matrix had as well. Offer, market. So in this first part is what they called core. In other words, the same kind of offering to the same kind of people, to the same kind of markets. And the second one, the second kind of line is called adjacent. That's where business venture into new territory. New territory in terms of new offerings and new products, or maybe new markets. If they really pushed it out there, this is what people call break. Can't write like this. Breakthrough. Here's where you develop breakthroughs and invent things for markets that don't even exist. Here's where you change the game. Of course, as you can see, if you were to do this linear, can't even speak, this is incremental, smaller tweaks and lower risk. And of course, here is disruptive. On this side of the spectrum, bigger game changes with higher risk. So core would be sticking with your existing products and optimizing them, being more efficient. So here are things like a new packaging or new flavors for, let's say you have a strawberry biscuit and you go for a raspberry biscuit. Adjacent then steps into either more new offering or new markets. An example of this is Alibaba launched Alipay, thus competing with PayPal. And then here we get to a lot more disruptive or breakthrough, transformational things that often piss people off a bit and may lead other business to go out of business. An example of that is Uber, where people had taxis and taxi drivers. All of a sudden, the average Joe could drive their car and make some money, thus completely changing the game of the taxi industry. Often on this side of the spectrum, you'll see more bigger and established business with more to lose, more risk averse, and on the other side of the spectrum, you'll often find more startup or smaller companies which play at a much higher risk and are ready to disrupt the market. So what does this have to do with you then? Well, the next time you say we need to innovate, use these models and these matrix to have a conversation around where you are focusing your energy now. Incremental activities like optimization, line extension, new packaging, new flavors, some new branding, new wording, some new campaigns seem safe at first, but if that is your only method, that will be a big flag. A rule of thumb is a healthy business has a nice balance of different activities. So use these models and these matrix to have a conversation to find out what does innovation mean to you, where are you currently innovating, and where do you need to put more resources and investment moving forward. Oh, by the way, if you're now wondering, you've been talking about innovation, so where does creativity sit in this one? Well, creativity kind of sits everywhere here, right? Creativity is the oil that makes the innovation machine run smoothly. So whether that is in core activities or disruptive activities, creativity sits everywhere. So if you want to find new ways to connect with your customers, or you just have a challenge that you need some creative thinking around, or you want to get your people more engaged, whatever it is, for the big stuff and for the small stuff, drop us a line at hello@themagicsauce.com. We'll see you next time.